concerned about the weight of the panels themselves.
So anytime it was re-roofed, all the solar array would have to be taken down?
So Ron's thinking on this house here was that going with that metal roof is definitely a smart one. We often ask our customers, even from a thermal to PV perspective, is what's going on with your roof? Is it at the end of its lifetime, or are you looking at replacing it because it's something that you don't want to do twice? It definitely affects the overall payback if you're looking at pulling it off and putting it back on after a roofing company comes through. Yeah, that's a very good question. No questions?
Well, I have kind of a question, but it's off the topic. It's more towards the 12 volt off grid
Okay.
area.
So,
It's kind of a funny scenario. It's a cabin, let's say, beyond the grid, in northern Saskatchewan. We actually have a kerosene fridge that's been running for the last 30 years. But it's hard to operate, our kids can't seem to figure out quite how to keep it going. So is there some option in terms of voltaic system, some type of
there is that in the 12 volt photovoltaic market, and that off-grid market is almost a market unto itself. There's some great products out there. Skipping my mind right now, I believe it's like called Sundancer. The 12 volt fridge. I hooked one up recently, and it's about this large. It's actually a freezer, and itself is running off a 135 watt panel, and it hardly draws anything. That 135 watt panel is more than adequately sized for that size of freezer, and it's actually a direct drive, so you don't need to concern yourself, I guess, with the battery banks and the upkeep that is there. So it's kind of a unique product in that aspect. And it's just very well insulated. I mean, it's essentially like the house. A well insulated freezer lowers your need to cool it, and on PV for a direct drive.
So it has built-in batteries, or
That one is just, from what I've noticed over the last year, looking at it, that it stays cold enough through the nights, even on those hot nights, that it just drives during the day. Couldn't say exactly what its consumption is, but it's a pretty nice little product.
So when you say freezer, do you mean like a...
You can buy a fridge as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one I hooked up was a freezer.
I think that's very well if you want to look it up.
Sundancer, you could check that before you guys leave.
I think that fridge is also a chest design.
Yes, that makes a huge difference in,
Oh, it's thermal efficiency. Or...
yeah, so I mean, as soon as you open a fridge, all your cold air is coming out the bottom, so by doing a chest design, it's quite a bit more efficient. And what other questions some people have on these systems? I don't know much about it, but it's a product that's coming onto the market. Is basically, some customers are wondering, more from a self-reliance, I guess, standpoint, is the ability to take a grid-tied PV system like this and have some capacity or battery capacity within the system. So if the grid was to go down, I've got a great PV system on my house, but I'm no better than my neighbor over here in terms of my ability to power my daily needs. So one thing Brent and I have been talking about, there's a few products that are allowing for a small battery bank to be installed within the system. So it's sizing I'm not sure of, and how long that would last you in terms of a reserve, but it's something that's possible. Whether it fits into our code right now as to something, I'm not sure. I believe you were looking at a product similar to that.
Yeah, I haven't found anything.
It's a different way of looking at it. A lot of people wonder, why can't they have the battery bank in house? It's just an added cost. Batteries are very pricey, but they also require a maintenance kind of regime to them. So you do have to look after them, and it's not just something you set and leave. There's concerns from off-gassing to just making sure that they don't freeze, so having a proper place that you can install them and leave them. If there's no more questions, we can wrap her up. Okay, well, thanks guys for coming out. If you have any questions, you can contact me at WSE Technologies. There's a link through the Verico website, as well as the SRC is on there as well. And Rock Paper Sun, I believe, is a link through Verico. If you guys have any questions, I hope you do. And thanks for coming out tonight.